Special City Council meeting of Tuesday, March 1st to order. I would like to note that it was scheduled for 11 o'clock. However, due to a press coming, we held off until 11:20, but this is when it will start. The purpose of the special council meeting is for discussion of the following subjects. It will be the approval of a resolution in support of a referendum for a new Mount Vernon Township High School. Please call the roll.
Bergen?
Yes.
McEnany?
Yes.
Piper?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Chesley?
Yes. Thank you. Reading of the special meeting call, please.
I, Mayor Mary Jane Chesley, hereby call a special meeting of the Mount Vernon City Council on Tuesday, March 1st, 2011 at 11 a.m. in the council chamber at City Hall, 1100 Main Street, Mount Vernon, Illinois. The purpose of this meeting is for such action as the council may desire on the following matters. Approval of a resolution in support of a referendum for a new Mount Vernon High School, dated in Mount Vernon, Illinois, the 25th day of February, 2011, signed Mayor Mary Jane Chesley, Councilmember Dennis McEnany, Councilmember David Wood, Councilmember Mary Bergen, and Councilmember Todd Piper.
Thank you. Appreciate that. The reading of the resolution. Resolution in support for the Mount Vernon Township High School, District 201. Whereas the City of Mount Vernon has a comprehensive plan to develop and implement strategies to enhance quality of life, economic development, land use, and infrastructure, and whereas the City of Mount Vernon, under the Quality of Life section, has as the #1 goal to improve the quality of education, and whereas the Mount Vernon Township High School 201 Board, after considering many options with public input, has voted to move forward with a referendum for the financial support for a new facility at a new location, which will support their school improvement plan, and whereas there is adequate evidence that the project will qualify for a school construction grant that would fund up to 66% of the cost of a new school at a new site, and that the local share will be no more than $20 million, which is equal to the local match required for the school construction grant. Whereas the school construction grant is only available to school districts with their match funds in place, and the school district will not be eligible for this grant if the matching funds are not in place by time of the allocation of grant funding. And whereas without the school construction grant, the taxpayers will have to pay 100% of the cost of improvements at the current site, which will be a greater tax burden to the local taxpayers. And whereas we believe a new facility will encourage academic improvement and pride in the community, which are important factors in being the economic leader in Southern Illinois. And whereas a new high school facility will contribute to an improved quality of life for the students of Mount Vernon Township High School, as well as the residents of Jefferson County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon that we shall support the referendum for the new Mount Vernon Township High School 201, passed by the City Council on the first day of March 2011. A lot of words here, ladies and gentlemen, but they have a lot of heavy meanings. As we sign this, I'd like to have input from the City Council, if you would please, as to what we are just signing.
Well, I, for one, are very excited about this moment. It's been a long time coming, a lot of thought into it, and certainly thank everyone out here in the audience for their leadership. And I know the City Council and part of the City Council that I certainly feel this is going to have a very big impact on our students and the future of our community. And for that, I'm happy to be part of this moment.
Great. Thank you. Anybody else?
Well, I would join Councilman McEnany in my support of this resolution, and certainly the support of the high school, but the support of the District 201 board for the work that they've done in building this and looking at all of the alternatives, and getting the information out to the community. I still get questions. I got one just the other day. Is it true that this will cost us $20 million, but to redo the school and to rehab it will cost more? And I said that the number that I got was $31 million of local taxpayer money compared to $20 million. And so when we look at a $20 million project and we get a new facility as opposed to the same facility, rehab for $31 million, when that story gets out, that to me is a winning argument and is the major basis for my supporting of this resolution.
Yes, I concur also with Dennis and David, but selfishly, I have an 11-year-old son, so this affects me differently than it does these guys. But I appreciate their understanding of not only growing up here and having businesses in a tertiary market like where we are, this ruralness. It doesn't mean that these children have to have a tertiary education. We should have the same opportunities as the kids in Chicago and St. Louis, and be in tertiary buildings that are tired, very tired, and the economic, how they go together. This new school with developing and growing our city is so dire. How they go hand in hand, and to the board and to this committee, they've done an incredible job, and I hail you.
Thank you very much. I too have children, 11 and 12-year-old, so it's a bit selfish there. However, I want to thank the leadership of 201, the school board, for this wonderful project that it really invests in Mount Vernon and Jefferson County's future. The project has real momentum, it has real costs, funding's available, and more importantly, an exit plan for the current location. So, thank you.
A couple of comments to make. As many of you know, I spent 33 years at that high school, and a lot of time there. There's been a Chesley down there since 1951 until I retired. No, I'm not that old. I had a sister, and I had my father who had a business affiliated with the school. A good facility, put a lot of good years in it. The first building was built at the turn of the century. Now it's time to rethink and rebuild for the future at the beginning of this century. I appreciate all the planning that went into this project. And what I especially appreciate is the teamwork that was involved with this. It isn't easy to do that. It isn't easy to get people together with their busy schedules. It isn't easy to come up with the ideas and to go through the process. But what you have done over the past, I believe it was 9-10 months, is the correct way to do it. You established a foundation there for planning and growth, and it was a strong foundation. What I especially like about this project is, and the council, we are into this, you are going to be using a lot of outside sources of funding for this. We all know we take advantage of that. Whenever we can find state or federal money, we go after it. And we go after it aggressively. And this is shown in the past couple of years with projects that we have been able to do that we could not have afforded to do on our own. So I applaud District 201, the board members, parents, and even the students for ambitiously going after this outside funding for the possibility of making this project a total success for the young people, for the quality of life, for educational development, and also I feel for economic development for the future of our city. So thank you very much for what you have done. And I do have some pictures here. I don't know, I think council, we passed them around to council, but I do appreciate these. These are renderings of, artist renderings of what the potential for the future building would be. I especially like building A. They would take the facade, the facade from what is existing now, and it would be placed on the front of the new facility itself. A building courtyard entrance, the main entrance, the aerial rendering of the facility itself, the auditorium area, and a visual. I'm a visual, you got to, you see it and it becomes more real. And I like what I see. So, would anybody like to make a comment other than council? I will open it up to anybody out there, or we're pretty well set it.
We appreciate your support very much. It's
Thank
very
you.
important to us, and we appreciate it so much.
Yay. Well, I guess the motion, oh, yes. We need 2 copies signed now? All right, I guess the motion would be in order for adjournment at this time.
I move to adjourn the special meeting.
Motion's been made
Second.
and seconded. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Working?
Yes, sorry.
Seconding.
Yes.
I almost said vote
Yes.
yes.
Wood.
What was that, Mary? Vote yes? Did
vote
you say
yes.
vote
I
yes?
did.
Vote yes for the high school, is that what you said?
Yes.
Well, I vote yes to adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
That's what I'm-
Chesley. Yes. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Second one.